Scripted. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about the thing. So if you watch all of the videos on my channel, which I don't think anyone does, but I've been putting up shorts, and the shorts I've been trying to do in a new, at least for the last few that I've done, have been in a new kind of format. But scripted has to be scripted so that it can be tight, you know, because I want to keep it around 50 seconds and condense the information. And of course, when I do scripted stuff, I use my radio voice, which some people are having a problem with in the comments, ranging from, I can't stand your voice, to, are you a robot, to, shut up. There is a percentage of the population that cannot take my radio announcing voice. But the one I did on the Predicta fold-out brochure, it's still going, it's still getting views. This is the current, as of today, tally. Yeah, 1.6 thousand subscribers just based on this short, so it's bringing some new audience to the channel. 740,000 views and still going. Still going. Some people comment that I don't have closed captioning on my videos, and most of them I don't because my channel's unscripted, and the automatic closed captioning that Google provides for the channels is imperfect, and for a lot of the videos I do, it just ends up being a lot of garbage, you know. And I produce so many videos for the channel that I do not have the time to go through and write out a proper script for a half an hour long video for the closed captioning. Just the time isn't there to do that. And I don't have a staff member whose sole job is to go through the closed captioning and make spelling corrections and change words that are misrepresented and take out all of the things that it thinks that it's hearing and erase, like where it says music, music, music when I'm doing a sound, and then when I'm mumbling and it's just making up words. And the problem with the Google Translation is that it's written text. So with the closed captioning on, it is an implied on the record. So when I'm talking off the cuff and just saying something in a video, it's intended to be one way. But when the Googlebot automatic speech-to-text thing puts it in the closed captioning, it becomes an on-the-record thing. And I don't allow that for lots of legal reasons, because then that gets translated if you have the translation on, and then I'm being mistranslated. I already have trouble with speech to begin with when I'm speaking off the cuff, and with my Philly accent, and people already complain about that. But it's just such a mess for most of the videos that I produce that I don't use the Google text, because I figured, this is my logic has always been that if you're hearing impaired, you're going to have your own speech-to-text converter that you're going to use anyway, whatever you prefer. You can have an app running, whatever, to convert whatever is being said to text. I would think that you'd have that set up anyway, and I would encourage people to use the app of their choice. I'm just not going to use the Googlebot to represent me. I do not want to be represented by the Googlebot. But as a compromise, because I've started to do scripted stuff, these shorts that are scripted, I put the script in there. So the shorts are short enough. It's like just a few paragraphs of text. So with those shorts, I actually go back and I spend the time to proofread the transcript and synchronize it and spell check it and check the grammar and all that stuff. And so for the shorts, I've started putting closed captioning in because it's actually correct. So that's the compromise, you know. So the unscripted stuff, no, because it's just a bunch of me blah 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 and you know this and you know and that and blah, and that just comes out as a bunch of garbage. No, my usual mumbling speech. So no plans to allow the Googlebot. Now, if I had a bigger channel, if I had a staff, yeah, we'd have closed captioning, because there would be someone whose job it would be to proofread every freaking video and make sure that it's all correct. But that's not going to be me. I'm not going to be spending the hours doing that job. If FranLab had twice the funding, then there would be people whose job it would be to make sure that the transcripts were correct on every video, and we would have that. But we don't. That's just the way it's got to be for the time being. Where I work. In the lab. Go berserk. In my lab. It's where I work. That's what you're watching. Friend Lab. That's what I'm doing. Working at the bench again.